Hello YouTube, in this video I will show you how to rig a basic Blender model that we will create. But first I'd like to show you my new YouTube channel that I created in GIMP. Give me some feedback on how you like it. I really like it. It's pretty cool. But okay, get that aside, let's open up Blender. Okay, now we're gonna make a basic Kirby type model where there's a separate body and then individual hands and feet. So basically just align your cursor right next to the first cube and then add a new mesh and then cube. We're gonna want to size that down to size 0.5 and size that like 0.8. Now hold Shift D and click and drag the duplicated box to the opposite side. Shift D again and then drag that down so it will work as feet. Just to make everything simple, the hands and feet will be the same size. So okay, here's our model. Pretty simple. It's actually really nice. Actually, let's delete the camera and the light for now, just so they're out of the picture while we're modeling. So okay, now let's go back in front view and then center the 3D cursor. Now onto the rigging part. When you rig, you add armatures, and an armature is a bone. So okay, basically just press space, add an armature, and now choose X-ray. And there are different types of bones. I like doing the octagon, whatever. My screen's a little blurry, but you could use stick or envelope. It really doesn't matter on what type of bones you use. They all do the same thing. So let's view front. Let's choose normal bone. Now let's go into edit mode. Basically, you can select the vertices of bones. So select the top vertice and press G, and that will grab it. So basically, grab it. Let's zoom in a lot so it'll be large. Grab your bone to this red line and just drag it over to there, because we are going to create shoulders. So now what we want to do is click the butt of the bone, press E to extrude, and do that for the opposite side. Now we're going to have to select the edges and extrude that to the center of both hands, like this. And now just make the spine, and then make kind of like a pelvis type thing, where you will move the bones to the edge, just like you did for the shoulders. Zoom out a little bit. And now just drag or extrude the legs, and there you have a basic rig. Now okay, let's view front again. Now in this tutorial I will also be going over weight painting, because that is an essential part of rigging. So okay, now go back into object mode for the bones, and now press A to unselect everything, then select everything by pressing A. Press Ctrl P, and then choose Make Parent. Now, make parent for armature. Now create vertex group. Basically, what you do is, there's don't create groups, name groups, create from envelope, and create from bone heat. What you want to do is choose don't create groups, but it pops up again, and that's because we have 5 separate meshes in our model. So we're going to have to click this 5 separate times. So okay, now it's all parented. But right now the bones do absolutely nothing. So okay, let's go into pose mode and I'll show you. Let's rotate the bones. That arm doesn't do anything. This arm doesn't do anything. Nothing. Nothing. Not one bone does anything to anything. So to change that is, we select a bone. In this case, I'm going to select the left arm. And now, after we select that bone, we right-click the left hand, change from object mode to weight paint. Now, what weight painting is, it's kind of like texture painting, except you have to change this blue to red. So basically what we do is we just paint over all this blue. Now, okay, I'm only going to paint half of this, just to show you what will happen if there is some extra, if you don't paint the complete thing red. Let's rotate this bone. Gotta go back in object mode. Let's rotate this bone. And as you can see, a lot of the bone, or a lot of the mesh, sorry, I didn't mean to say bone, just stays in place. You don't want that. It looks ugly, and why would you want that in the first place? It doesn't really make much sense. So you gotta remember, always check over your weight painting to make sure everything's perfect, because you could skip over something. Like, when you are an advanced game maker, when you're rigging something, you'll rig everything from making a perfect spine to the tips of a character's fingers. So if you screw something up, who knows what bone it could have been from. So always test your bones and always make sure. So okay, basically just right click the bones and keep changing and just weight paint it in. It's not that hard. You always want a nice solid red color. It's very important, because the blue, if anything between blue and red, means that the mesh will stick a little bit. May not be a lot, but it will. So okay, now basically we have the basic movement now. So let's view front. Select a bone, get out of weight paint, select a bone, press R, and now it moves perfect. But that's only these bones right here. What happens if you want to have a working spine? Now, okay, first we have to select the big box, then we have to select the spine. What we do is view front, and then just get first go to the vertexes right at the bottom. And since a square has equal sides and everything is basically equal, all you have to do is paint the vertexes. Just click on the vertexes and you're basically done. That was an error unrelated to Blender. Sorry about that. And as you can see, when you rotate it, it kind of rotates like that, what you really don't want, but we didn't create a perfect spine. That's kind of, it really won't work that well. But yeah, so you can keep it like that, but the spine will move. You can move it when he's walking, whatever. In my next tutorial, I will show you how to animate this and add your animation to a game. So thank you for watching.